Hello again, everybody, and welcome. Today is January 14th, 2026, and here I go again. As evidenced by the lack of sun out here, you can probably tell this is the first time that I am getting to my daily vlog today. Having some Tim Hortons, as usual, and I'm out here getting ready to barbecue my dinner. So today was, pretty wild. I didn't get a lunch or anything. It was just from Ventura to LA, back to Ventura, and then back to Westlake. The only stop that we made was to grab, I got a mulita, an al pastor mulita from one of the food trucks right there on Mulholland, right off of the 405. So that was it. Just a quick stop for some something to eat. And so it was a busy day, obviously. Hopefully tomorrow, they want me to work later, but that's not for sure. So I'm gonna stay home in the morning and try to get some stuff done here. That brings me to something just like this, not getting to this until whatever time it is, I don't know. About 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm out here barbecuing, by the way. I'm gonna try an experiment. I cut this huge potato, and I basically par cooked it in the microwave. As you can see, it's steaming. And I'm gonna try to use a little ranch dressing on it, on the grill. I think that's gonna be fun. And then I'm gonna do grilled endive with Italian dressing. I'm just doing some experimentation with dressing tonight. Oh, and here's the piece de resistance right here. I do a Copycat version. My favorite place to eat in all of Disneyland, Bengal Barbecue. Anywhere, Disneyland, California Adventure, Downtown Disney, it doesn't matter. My favorite place to eat is Bengal Barbecue. And I'm totally able to knock off their sauce. So I'm gonna do that. So Banyan Beef Skewers, grilled endive, grilled potato. I know one of the things I have been talking about on this channel is how busy I've been doing videos for both channels, for Jungleland 805 and for Here I Go Again. And that's kind of cut into any time that I had for drinking. And not just the time, it's the fact that I need to be alert. So if I go out to dinner and I have a drink or two drinks, whatever, when I come home, I'm not really gonna be in any condition to edit. I'm gonna be kind of tired, ready to go to bed. So today is the 18th episode of this vlog. And since I've started this vlog, I've had one margarita. That's down from half a bottle of rum a day and whatever various other drinks out and about while we're having dinner somewhere, right? So I'm gonna throw these guys on and get them cooking because the potatoes are gonna take a little longer to cook than everything else. So that is, I'm gonna turn the fire up too. These guys can use a little char on them. Well, you know what? I'll show you when they're done. I'll show you when they get a little char on them. So, yeah, figure it out, I guess. That's like pushing 3 weeks now, I guess. And it wasn't my plan. I wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna drink, I'm gonna stop drinking, blah, 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 whatever. It had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I've just been so excited to do the editing and the shooting, and I didn't even think about it. And the next thing I knew, I'm like, I just want to go and make the videos. The other thing, and this I just kind of noticed, I went onto my Instagram, I think this morning. I think I had some notifications on Instagram. And other than posting links, to a video that I've made on like Facebook or Instagram, I just haven't posted anything. I mean, Instagram, I get it, right? Because my main Instagram account is Daniel Smith Ventura, and that's mostly tiki bar stuff, right? So if I'm not drinking, I'm not gonna have the opportunity to post any sort of tiki bar action, right? I look forward to doing that again. Once I don't know when do I get caught up? I don't know. Doing this daily and trying to pump out long forms for the other channel. And my Facebook, I mean, I'm getting messages from my mom, my brother, you know, friends and stuff, and I can't even really look at them. So I've been kind of absent on the various platforms, mainly Instagram and then somewhat Facebook. The rest of them is really not a thing for me. Now YouTube, boom, gone way up with that, especially since I got monetized on my other channel. So you would have thought that I would have had another video ready to go, but because of the weather and whatnot, I did film one yesterday. I edited probably most of it. It's probably 80% of the way there. So I should have that one ready to go either by tonight or tomorrow morning. So that's what my big thrust is. And that's why I'm doing this, like standing still, not shooting really anything to cut in, because I don't have time to mess around with this tonight. I'm just gonna shoot it. I might cut in a few pictures of the food and go from there, upload. Because I don't want to miss a day. You know, the name of the channel, Here I Go Again, was titled as such just for the fact that I didn't want to commit to a daily vlog. But that's what it's been now for these many days in a row. So I got home, got the tiki torches going, made my wife. Now here's the other thing is my wife and my daughter, they weren't too thrilled by the prospect of some beef skewers this evening. So I made them what we call fancy grilled cheese. And just so you know, fancy grilled cheese is you buy like that rustic sourdough bread, okay? And then on the inside you put pesto, and you put like, I was thinking a 4 or a 5 Italian style cheese blend, right? The white cheeses, but they had at the store six cheese blend. So I got that. Then you put that in there. Okay, so then the rest of it is pretty much like a regular grilled cheese. You grill it, but then what you do is you move the grilled cheese sandwich off to the side in the pan, and you just take that shredded cheese, grated cheese. That's funny. We were going over this. When did it start to be called shredded cheese? It used to be called grated cheese. What happened? What happened there? All this discussion came up when my daughter heard shredded cabbage, and she started to use a cheese grater to shred the cabbage, and her culinary teacher was like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And she's like, shredded, right? So it's grated cheese. It's not shredded cheese. I don't know why they call it shredded cheese. Anyway, so this one is a 6 cheese blend, but you put it in the pan. You just take it and sprinkle it in the pan about the size of the grilled cheese sandwich. And then you lay the sandwich on top, and you let that thing get a little bit crispy. It doesn't take long. It's like, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds should do it. And it'll like toast, basically. Yes, it'll toast the cheese on the outside of the bread. You know who I learned about this from? I learned about that method from, it's a tiki bar in Long Beach. It's called the Bamboo Club, and they do that for their grilled cheese. And although I couldn't eat the grilled cheese because of the wheat, I did taste a little bit of the charred cheese on the outside of the bread, and it was absolutely amazing. So that's where I learned that. The fancy grilled cheese part, like the rest of it, the pesto and the white cheese, I don't remember where I learned that from, but I like pick up little things here and there, and I like to create them again and again. Again, that's for my family. I can't eat them, but when they said they didn't want the steak skewers tonight, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make you something quickly. So, and they love to do it with the roasted red pepper and tomato soup. Like my daughter dips it in there. She's like, yeah, of course you dip it in there. So that grilled cheese dipped in the tomato soup. So I can see that because the pesto has the basil and then a tomato with the roasted red pepper and all. It's gonna be good. You should try it. Really, you should try it. And this sauce for the Banyan Beef Skewers, it's like a little bit of a trial and error. There's some copycat recipes out there. Obviously soy sauce and garlic, fresh garlic, toasted sesame seed oil, but you don't do that until the end because heat kills the flavor of that. I learned that when I first started cooking. I was making stir fry and I would put it in, taste it fine. Then I would taste it again and it was gone. I used a whole bottle on one stir fry. So you put that in at the end because the heat kills the flavor. Toasted sesame seed oil. They say in their Copycat ones you can use either lemon juice or brown sugar, and that's not an either or kind of a thing. I use both. So I use brown sugar and lemon juice. The other thing you put in there is cayenne pepper, and you can put pepper flakes in there too. I mean, the cayenne's just the ground version of that, and then the flakes. Now, let's see. You got to do cornstarch. I do cornstarch. You could do flour, but I think cornstarch is how they do it at the park, obviously, because they're trying to do kind of a wheat-free option for you, and that works. It'll thicken it without using flour. Now, the final thing you're gonna want to put in there is a little bit of butter, and that is not in the Copycat recipe at all, but it makes it so much better. The flavor's better. Oh, and black pepper. You got to put a ton of black pepper, like twice as much as you think. Like a lot of black pepper. That's part of the flavor. But the butter gives it a little bit of creaminess. And if you notice, if you look at the stuff at the park, it's not brown like soy sauce like this. I didn't even get it completely right. It's not dark brown like that. It's got kind of a creamy look to it or something. And I don't think that's all from the cornstarch. I don't. Absolutely do not. Because that stuff dissolves once you put it in and then thickens. So the butter. And butter on steak, I mean, come on, how could you go wrong with that? All right, let me check these. Let me see how these are going. All right, cool. So I'm getting a little char on these. Now I'm gonna spread some ranch dressing. I know that sounds weird, but you know, it's warm out here. It was 80 degrees today, and perfect day for grilling, even at night. And it's starting to stay lighter a little bit. I noticed at 5:28 or something like that, we still had a little bit of light. So I'm gonna spread a little bit of, sorry, I'm not showing you this right now. I just don't feel like cutting in the, here. Can I tilt the camera? I just put a little bit in, okay. I didn't want to mess up my framing. Had it very, very well framed, although that pole's going through my head, which is an absolute no-no. If you're ever framing anything up for shooting. Let's see here. So I'm gonna spread a little bit of this, little bit of ranch on the top side, and then I'm gonna let it dry out a bit before I flip it. That's a different kind of ranch that I'm used to. That's tangy. Ken's Steakhouse Ranch. Okay. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. It was just a little bit unexpected, that tanginess that I'm getting. Still good. God, that would be good on a lot of stuff. That might be good on my endive. Endives? So, here's another somewhat tiki bar-ish kind of thing. So, endive, right? Obviously, it's a type of lettuce, right? But they're like this. So if you could just imagine like maybe the bottom part of romaine lettuce, but it's kind of tighter, called Belgian endive. Belgian, if you get it at the store, when they look it up, it might be Belgian endive. And they have like a reddish one and this greenish, whitish one. So, Purple Orchid Tiki Bar in El Segundo. Well, there used to be a restaurant next door. They might do this with the new restaurant that's taken over. I don't know. I didn't try it last time I was there. But there used to be this place called Second City Bistro. And if you've, for some reason, reopened there or somewhere else, and I just don't know about it, I'm sorry. I was like right there the other day watching planes with my daughter, and we didn't have time to go. But Second City Bistro used to be able to sit in the tiki bar, have your drinks, call over to Second City, and they would bring you a menu. You could order. They would bring you your food. They would take your credit card, charge you. It's almost like they were a restaurant for the bar. So that was nice. But they had grilled romaine lettuce. So they do the same thing. They split it down the middle. They keep it bunched up at the end, and they grill it with. For theirs was, I believe it was salt and pepper, and then finished off with a little lemon at the end. And I do that, and I do that with the endive too. I'll use like Mrs. Dash or some salt and pepper, and finish it with lemon. In this case, I'm going with the Italian dressing tonight, just for simplicity and a little experimentation. That's what I'm doing. I don't know. I just like experimenting stuff when I'm doing cooking, when I'm cooking various things. I did some awesome baked potatoes the other night. Oh my God, homemade bacon bits and stuff. So I do have a full-length video coming out for my other channel, and that will be uploaded tomorrow, by tomorrow at least, maybe tonight. We'll see. If I have enough of this Tim Hortons, maybe I'll just stay up and bang it out, get it done. Yeah, I'm still stoked on being monetized. Ooh, yes. Oh, this is working. It's bubbling up. Okay, I gotta show this to you. Look at that. Look at that. So the dressing went from being white and kind of runny to now bubbling up on there and drying out. Yeah, this is working out really well. I think I might add a little bit more to the top of a few of these. It has reduced in volume slightly with the fire being on it. Oh, I don't want to upset it too much. Wow, that's gonna be good. Gonna be good. That's gonna be good. I don't have to add salt or pepper or anything because salad dressing. I think if you look at like the sodium count and the calories and all that, I think it has everything you need for flavor right in the mix. I'm gonna edit this on my phone too because I just noticed I'm using Cinematic, and that takes a long time to process if you wanna transfer it to your computer. And even sometimes that doesn't work. Can you hear my fountains going in the background? My little waterfalls, listen. I hope it's picking them up. Goes back to that whole thing of not using the lavalier mics for the daily vlog. I kind of want to get just the ambient sound. So if I'm not talking, it's not completely dead. And if I'm talking about something like my fountains and you don't hear them, it's kind of a boring video, right? I didn't get to do my run down the hill on the skateboard. You know, here's the funny thing. Not having any time to do this daily thing today, I actually sat down while I was waiting for someone to finish up with a customer. And I did like, you know, some, it wasn't like a long thing. It was only like 5 minutes at the most, maybe. And then I added to it talking about the fancy grilled cheese while I was walking around the store picking this stuff up. And then I get home and my wife is like, what's all that grease on the side of your face? I don't know how or why no one said anything to me, either at work or at the grocery store. And at work, I just got back and I pretty much clocked out and left because I was just gone all day doing stuff for work. And I don't know, maybe somebody, if they were looking straight on it, maybe might have missed it. At the grocery store, I don't know, would one of the checkers have said, hey, you got what's that grease on your face? Or did you get into a fight? I don't know. So then I'm like, what? And then I go, okay, well, I can just look at the footage and I can tell whether or not I had it on my face before. Sure enough, it was on there at like 3:30 in the afternoon when I started trying to film a little bit of this. And I'm like, well, that's fun. Let's delete everything I've filmed up till now, and we'll just start over in the backyard with the barbecue and the tiki torches. All right, I flipped those over. These are looking good. I am gonna turn it down a little bit. Some of these are getting pretty dark, but that is no harm for potatoes. Maybe that one. Oh, I think these are gonna be luscious. Absolutely luscious. Again, sorry for not picking up the camera and filming all this. It's just that this has got to be a quick edit tonight. I'm basically maybe just going to take out a few things and call it a day. I am going to move one of these up because it is plenty cooked. Let me see if this one can cook longer. This one needs to be moved up, and that one can move up. I got one more on there. Now I'm going to go in with the steak skewers now. I got 4 the same size. Get those bad boys on. And then I'll start, basting them a little bit with the sauce. I don't want to put too much of the sauce on for a couple of reasons. One, the sesame oil flavor will get burned out. Number 2, it has sugar in it. And you don't want to, it's like barbecue sauce, a lot of barbecue sauces have sugar in them. And you don't want to get too much char on that because burnt sugar, unless you're controlling it, right? Like to make caramel or something, burnt sugar can be kind of nasty. So let me see about this sauce here. Boy, is just a little bit on for color and a little flavor, and also it'll help it to keep from sticking to the grill. But I'm not going crazy with it. I'm not going crazy with it at all. All right, so I'll be able to cook this meal, probably have it eaten by the time my daughter gets home, and then hers I can bang out like I did my wife's, right? Just do the grilled cheese and the soup. See, if I had 2 cameras, you'd be able to see all this going on. I'm gonna give these a quick flip, get the treated side down so that doesn't stick to the grill too much. And then I'm add a little more to the other side here. And then I always like dip it in the sauce. So good. I know some people who are just absolutely allergic to wheat in a way that is more harsh than me. They probably maybe can't eat this because it has soy sauce in it. I can do soy sauce, at least in the quantities that I eat it in. It doesn't seem to be an issue for me. Okay, now that the plate is empty, I can go ahead and give the endives a little squirt here. And again, this is gonna have all the salt and pepper and seasonings that I need for the endive. And I'm not even gonna have to finish it off with lemon, I don't think. Let's see here, just kind of spread it around on the plate. I'm gonna put them, I like to put them with the back side down and the flat side up, because that flat side is where you've cut it and opened up all of the the layers. So the back side takes a little bit longer to cook because it doesn't have openings where the heat can get up in there. So let's let that cook a little more. Boy, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna have to go get a clean plate to put all this stuff on. But I am excited. The weather was just right for this. It is beautiful out here. going to be hot. It's going to continue to be hot. In fact, I think I looked at the weather and it's going to be even warmer some days going forward, you know, into Friday, Saturday, that kind of thing. I'm almost done with my Tim Hortons. I took some of the K-Cups to work because we got someone down there and she was like, oh, I really love coffee and all this stuff. And then I found out that she puts a lot of stuff in it. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not the coffee you like, it's all the stuff you put in it. Because she was saying, oh, I just put this in it. Just put this cream or whatever. And I go, oh, cream. I go, like cream, or there's flavors, there's sugar. And she goes, no, it's flavor and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, if you really like coffee, if coffee, the flavor of coffee is what you like, then try this. And I took her 3 K-Cups of Tim Hortons original blend. It's like a medium roast. And I checked in with her today and she was like, you know, I didn't really like it. And she goes, it just had a really strong like coffee taste. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, it's probably a lot of the stuff that the coffee is carrying is really what she likes. And a lot of people are like that at Starbucks, aren't they? You could just tell by the things that they get. It's just like, wow, there's coffee maybe in there somewhere, but that's not the main ingredient as far as for flavor. You know, I like talking about my other channel and how excited I am that it got monetized. This channel though, hard time getting traction. And I have 400 and actually the subscriber count has gone up. When I took over my old account, although it wasn't for producing content, it was just an old account, I had like 432 subscribers. And then I went down one when I started posting all this stuff. So that's 431. Well, now I'm at 441. So I've gotten 10 subscribers. My watch hours are just really sad. So, I don't know. Maybe I need to get out more and go to more exciting places. People do seem to like the dinosaur video, which was good. That was a good call. And then also the plane spotting over there in El Segundo at Clotters Park, I guess they call it, Clotters Park. To watch the planes at LAX, and then we went to the In-N-Out, which that's really good. It's a really good viewing for planes coming into LAX. The other side, you can see them coming and going very. You can see it coming and going on both sides, but it's just like more. You're kind of under at one end, like they're right over you, and then the other when you're like way off to the side, but you can see you're like right in the middle of the runway, so you can see coming and then also going. That one came out. People are watching that too. I just posted one yesterday that I think people might catch on to just because I'm at the airport in Santa Paula where my daughter's doing her flight training. So, you know, there's some takeoffs and landings and all that over there. Hell, maybe this grilling thing will take off. Who knows? I don't know. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and that's kind of the whole thing. I know I'm building up a library, and at some point, these things will be kind of like worth something just based on the fact that they were done so long ago or whenever. It'll be a little bit of nostalgia. What do you think? Yes, if standing here grilling gets more views than going to see animatronic dinosaurs, then I will retool, I guess. I will rethink my strategy. Okay, so these things do seem to be about done. What do you think? Oh, very nice. And the endive, looking very nice there. I'm gonna hit those with just a little few more little drops of Italian dressing right on the top, so it kind of sinks into those little openings right where I cut it down the middle, because I basically exposed the interior of the endive, which is like lettuce. So if you could just imagine all those, you know, little leaves in there. And then look at this. Wow, look at the potato. Oh, man. Potato with ranch. If it tastes like hell, I'll let you know. Trust me. I will let you know. But I have a feeling it's gonna taste pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna give the skewers another flip here. And I am gonna pull the camera off of the tripod and give you a look of all of this as it's cooking, just so you can see what I see and know what this stuff is looking like. There's the grilled endive. There are the cheater Banyan Beef Skewers. And over here are the potatoes. Look at that. Oh, yummy. Yummy. I really like how the stuff bubbles up on the potatoes. I'll give those one more flip, and I think it's going to be time to eat very soon here. Let's see here. Okay. I think I need to eat some more. Okay. You know, maybe I don't know, maybe I like things a little saltier, but that's not bad. I think I'm gonna have to end up adding a little ranch to the potatoes once they're on my plate, though. All honesty, that's just what I'm thinking. Here, let me try. I'm gonna cut a piece off of another one here. Let's see. Let me see here. No, maybe not. But it's not gonna hurt, right? I'll tell you that. Okay, plating time. Here, what I'll do one bit of B-roll here. Hold on. Okay, the endive. The potatoes, which, like I said, I am going to probably throw a little ranch dressing on the top, just to make sure they're plenty flavorful. This was a really big potato. This thing was like as big as my head, like lengthwise, right? And then the skewers, those bad boys look done too. Gonna pull those off. Let's get this thing shut down. And let's try one of these. Look at this, 2 knives. What am I doing? Did I really bring 2 knives and no fork? I think I did. Ridiculous. Okay, let's just do it like this. Don't want to keep everybody waiting. Oh my God. I'm gonna go into the sauce a little bit with this too. Add a little sauce to it. Wow, that is good. So good. All right, let's just do it like real skewer style here. Right off the stick, huh? Man, that sauce is something else. Hey everybody, thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed watching me cook dinner. It was the only time I had to make the video. So I will see you tomorrow. And until then, take care.